Claude have a browser extension where they can actually use your computer. As you can see here, it's literally writing out an entire Claude Cowork course for me in Skool, which is so cool because Skool doesn't even have an API, so this would be the only way to do it. Now the cool thing as well is that this is actually available inside of Claude Code as well, so Claude-Chrome, and it would now be allowed to use your browser. As you can see here, all the different functionalities, literally live debugging, design verification, etc. It's so powerful, but also just directly as this extension, it's able to, there we go, write lessons like this, save them, and save you from doing them. So let me show you how to set this up and get the most out of it. So to actually use this Claude in Chrome, and don't worry, we'll go through everything here. Let me show you how to get it set up first. So basically, they released this getting started with Claude in Chrome months ago, like 3 months ago, but everyone's been sleeping on it. To be fair, it is in beta mode, but it's still really good. And also, side note, you can use it directly inside of Claude Chrome as well. Claude Code. So you can actually get your Claude Code to use Chrome, which is very cool. But anyway, if we come here, we can check out that basically all you have to do is install it from the web store. So go here, add it in. It's got a 2.7 rating. I must admit, it is hit and miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But anyway, I'll show you in a minute. So we've installed that. Let's open it up. You see you'll get it up here. Click on your little Anthropic logo. Let's open this up. And so what we're looking at, here we can choose the models. So Haiku 4.5 is fast, but it won't be good for this type of thing, because for this it has to understand the browser, because what it does is it takes screenshots. Sonnet 4.6 is most efficient, but Opus 4.6 is kind of what you really need, because it will take a screenshot of this and it will try and figure out what does each thing do. Now I did do a test before where I made the screen tiny and it just kind of went crazy, but it is in beta mode, so it may change by the time you watch this. So you can convert whatever you're going to do into an actual task that you can then do like every single day automatically. What's this here? I'll clear the chat. And then you can also do quick mode as well, so that's your Haiku 4.5. But again, it's probably not the best. Wait, what does it say here now? This experimental mode, monitor Claude closely, avoid sensitive workflows. Yeah, because what you can do is you can actually ask before acting. So this is like it plans and then tells you what it's going to do. Act without asking just lets it go haywire on here, which is what we're going to let it do today. And then here you can actually teach Claude as well by recording a workflow. I tried to do this for how to create a page and things like that. And when it's a tiny little thing with a couple of clicks, it will work. But when it's like an actual click here, do this, scroll down, click save, it doesn't understand the nuance that like a page might be here or a page might be here, for example, right? It doesn't understand that nuance, and that's fine. And then we can also add screenshots and images here. So let me show you it in action. So we'll open up one of our old ones here. So let's just go to NA10. And so we have down here NA10 tips and tricks. I think these are empty. So what we can do is we'll ask Claude to fill these in. So I'll say fill in the webhooks and HTTP requests. So fill in the webhooks and HTTP request lesson pages with information and then publish them. And we'll just allow it to act without asking, so just to see what it does. So we'll send this in. It's going to use Opus 4.6, so it's the best we can possibly get. And we can see now that it's just taken a screenshot. This little orange glow means that it's working on it. It's found webhooks and it's opened it up. This is interesting because I haven't used the Chrome one since 4.5. And so far, 4.6 looks already better. Or maybe not. Now it's clicked on NA10. And whilst this is running, we do have a new Skool community where it's all about learning how to build and automate using Claude Code, Claude Cowork, that kind of thing. If you're interested, check it out. It's a reduced price before we officially launch, so link will be in the description below. You'll get all of my skills, prompts and courses as I upgrade them, and a community of other people all trying to leverage Claude. But what you can do to help it out is kind of move it. So if you scroll, for example, for where it's going to take a screenshot, so that then it can try to understand. Or you can open it yourself, but then it gets it a bit kind of confused. Doesn't really know what's going on. So here it's trying to find the lesson still, as you can see. So something that I have noticed is when I'm editing lessons like this, it's harder to do. Whereas if you just give it like a fresh course and say create the course, it's better at that. Although I haven't used all the information for it. I found the best way to do it when I had made my lesson for it in school was that I had created an entire markdown file of exactly what I wanted. I just wanted it transposed into here, and it works really well for that. As you can see, the screenshots that it's pulling through, like this here. So it's in webhooks, it's in edit, so it's going to read the page, hopefully create some information. But as you can see so far, it's not very fast, it's pretty slow, but it is good in some circumstances. Like this here, we would be able to go now and answer emails or something. You should have an AI agent for that, but you can do that kind of thing whilst this is filling out forms or writing information into your school page or something. I'm sure you have things that you wish could be automated, but they can't without browser use. Well, this is one of those things. But really, a website in this day and age should have an exposed API endpoint. There we go, we can see that it is actually editing stuff here automatically using the Chrome extension. That is pretty cool. And we can see as well up the top that this is highlighted tab because these are like Claude's tabs, so you can close them down and open them up. And also it can open up other tabs as well. And I don't think it's containerized to like one specific page. I'm sure we can open up, oh, my whole Claude instance just died. Another little weird thing about it is that actually when it opens up other tabs, like here, open up YouTube, if we check the tab that it's opened up in Open Claude here, it's not the same one. So if we open the chat, it goes back to this other page here, which is not ideal because I want to see what it thinks. Chrome, I don't have enough RAM by the looks of it because I have too many pages open. Also, why does Claude Online take up like half a gig of RAM? I'll never know. Anyway, that's how simple it is. I hope you liked the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.